about losing. Why is that a mistake? Why do the fans respond so negatively to that?
Because they know. They know that you lost. They know that you're complaining for no reason and you're not a hero. They want you to be better than them. They want you to be the person that has the courage to step into a cage or a ring or wherever you, with whatever the format is you're competing, and to do something that's extremely difficult. And when you do that, they hold you to a higher standard.
Right, to lose with grace.
Yes, and when you fall, especially if you were a champion, that is one of the most disappointing things ever, when a champion complains.
Right.
And it is, the response is horrific from the audience.
Okay, so that's a great example. So let's imagine, what does the person who loses something important with grace do? And the answer is fairly straightforward. He accepts the defeat and thinks, okay, what is it that I have left to improve that will decrease the possibility of a similar defeat in the future?
Yes.
Right? So,
yes.
so what he's doing is, because the great athlete and the great person is not only someone who's exceptionally skilled at what they do, but who's trying to expand their skills at all times.
Yes.
And the attempt to expand their skills at all times is even more important than the fact that they're great to begin with, because the trajectory is so important.
More important in particular to the audience. It's extremely important to the audience, because you are the person who's competing. You are expecting them to live out this life in a perfect way, or in a much more powerful way than you're capable of.
Yes, and so part of that is the skill, because they put in the practice, but part of that also is the willingness to push the skill farther into new domains of development with each action. And that's really what people like to watch, right? They don't like to watch a perfect athletic performance. They like to watch a perfect athletic performance that's pushed into the domain of new risk. They want to see both at the same time. You're really good at what you do and you're getting better. Okay, so you lose a match, which is not any indication that you're not good at what you do. You might not be as good as the person who beat you. But if you lose the match and then whine, what you've done is sacrifice the higher order principle of constant improvement of your own skills.
Yes.
Because you should be analyzing the loss and saying, the reason I lost, insofar as it's relevant to this particular time and place, is the insufficiencies I manifested that defeated me. And I need to track those insufficiencies so that I can rectify them in the future. And if I'm blaming it on you or the referees or the situation, then I'm not taking responsibility and I'm not pushing myself forward. And so then you also take the meaning out of it. Like, one of the things I've been doing on my tour, people are criticizing me to some degree for saying things to people that are obvious. Well, first of all, it's not like I didn't bloody well know they were obvious. When I wrote those rules, the rules in my book, for example, stand up straight with your shoulders back, treat yourself like you're someone responsible for helping. It's like, I know perfectly well that those can be read as cliches. The question is, a cliche, let's say, is something that's so true that it's widely accepted by everyone. Well, but we don't know why it's true anymore. And so the issue that we're talking about here, or the issue of being a good sport, we need to figure out why that's true. And the reason that it's true is that you're trying to push your development farther than you've already developed at every point in time. And now that's the proper moral attitude. So when you see an athletic performance where someone is pushing themselves beyond what they are, you see someone dramatizing the process of proper adaptation. It isn't the skill itself, it's the extension of the skill. And when you see someone acting like a bad sport, then they're sacrificing that. And so they're sacrificing the higher for the lower, and no one likes that. In the fights, it's got to be, see, the question is, that's the thing I can't quite figure out, is why that would be even exaggerated in a fight situation. And you said it's because the stakes are so high.
Yeah, the consequences of victory or defeat, they're just so much greater. Your health is on the line. It's one of the rare things that you do where your health is on the line, your physical health.
Right. So there are more extreme victories and more extreme defeats. And so the morality that's associated with defeat is more extreme.
Exactly.
Because there's more on the line. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes sense.
And the way people treat the champions, it's a very different thing. It's the respect and adulation that a champion receives it's the pinnacle of sports in terms of the love from the audience. When someone wins a great fight, there's nothing like it. And this is one of the reasons why these people are willing to put their health on the line, because the high of victory, and it's not just a victory. It's who said victory is really the victory over the lesser you. It's the victory over...
That's always the victory.
Yes.
Yeah.
The victory is over you got to realize a guy like Stipe Miocic, who defends his heavyweight title this weekend in the UFC.